So we'll start with our weekly mudra. I'm very keen to find ways to share mudras with people because I think it's something that we so rarely do in classes. And we forget how powerful mudras are, because remember, really, that saying that the world is in your hands, it really is in your hands in yoga terms, because of all your organs. And remember that your hands are an extension of the heart center, Anahata chakra. So how do you actually incorporate your world into your life, whether you're hold on tight or whether you just let everything go? So both are extremes. So it's learning to work with the middle path. Yeah. And I've been a little upset, so I decided to turn to my teacher's book, The Four Desires, and I asked for inspiration. And I'm always amazed at what comes out. So first we'll start with the mudra, because Raquel's getting carried away. Okay, so the mudra is called Pranidhana Mudra, the mudra of surrender. So this week is reminding ourselves, because now we're getting a little bit edgy about being indoors. Yeah, first 2 weeks we managed because it was still new, so we were all just getting into it. We might not have liked it, but we were just trying to keep up. Now it's become familiar. So the frustration levels and the irritation start to increase. And this is very, very present with the friends I speak and with my family, just looking at the family feed. I don't really get very much involved with it, but I like to just see what's going on in their lives. And something that somebody said on that feed that said, I wish I could get my life back and get on with it. And sadly, I have to remind you, and remember, when I remind you, I'm actually reminding myself. Yeah, this is not out of judgment, that this is your life right here, right now. Yeah, there's no escaping it. And the opportunity. So our bhavana for the practice today, I surrender to the present moment. I can't go out, so I go within. Yeah, and this opportunity, whether we like it or not, is what we tend to do as human beings. Is as soon as it's hard emotionally, we want to get busy. We want to do something. And the doing something is actually the distraction from our problems. And this is why we like to keep busy. Yeah? Because that way you don't have to actually look at your problems. And yeah, you're being asked, come on, be brave, be courageous, really get to know, and that we can only do by going within. So I asked the book to open randomly this morning. And the passage that came to being was learning to let go. So what we need to understand, when we put intention, like today we have the bhavana, when we're trying to use intention for manifestation, there's a lot out there on that. But what we need to realize is that no matter how many affirmations you do, how many things you try to create, if you don't get to the bottom of what we call vikalpa. Vikalpa is what impression am I carrying from my past that prevents me from succeeding, from attaining what it is that I desire. And this is called vikalpa. that which stops you attaining, no matter how many affirmations you're going to do. Coaches might tell you that it works. Believe you me, it does not, until you actually find the source of what happened in your life to prevent you from, in my case, letting go. Okay? So this is, I had to tell you that a little bit, otherwise this one makes sense. Learning to let go. Chances are good that your own vikalpa was established long ago. At one point in your life, it may have helped you survive or deal with challenging circumstances, but today it is no longer constructive. Holding on to something longer after it is useful is the theme of ancient Vedic tale that illustrates how a solution from the past can later become a source of confinement and limitation. One day, a man leaves a small rural village to forage. As he walks into the woods, a powerful storm quickly descends. With each passing minute, the storm gets more intense and eventually becomes violent. With the storm raging, the man's only hope of not being blown away is to huddle behind the tree and grab hold of the trunk. The storm continues to rage all night. The villagers awake the next morning to find that their village has been almost completely destroyed. But they are relieved that there's no human loss. The children begin to play among the ruins. Soon their attention turns to how they will rebuild their village. In some ways, life is beginning to return to normal until someone realizes that the man is missing. As they begin their search, they hear someone in the distance yelling for help. A group of men go out to see if it is a missing villager. As they get closer, the cries for help get louder. Eventually, the men stop in their tracks and start to laugh. What they see is the man who got lost in the storm the previous night, still holding onto the tree. The storm long gone, he is yelling, "Help me, help me. The tree won't let me go." So today's theme then leads us to our surrender. And so the mudra, the pranidhana mudra, which I was meant to tell you before we started so that you could have used this for good timing, is the easiest way, because we're going to do the full one. So the easiest way to do it is just let your palms face each other, middle finger and ring finger go in and thus touch your thumbs. And now the other two fingers touch. Yeah? And the hands rest. So the wrists rest on our thighs. So just gently close your eyes. Allow the jaw to relax. Be aware if you're distracted, and remember that the nature of mind is to be distracted, so come back to the practice. And begin to, I surrender to the present moment. I can't go out, so I go within. So that's the intention for the practice, and perhaps for this week, when you're starting to feel frustrated in any way. I surrender to the present moment. I can't go out, so I go within. So just notice, so this posture, this mudra is really, it does tend to lower blood pressure. So just be very aware of that. So if you are somebody who naturally has lower blood pressure, pay attention. So begin to notice, it also takes the breath to the pelvis. So it moves the energy downwards so that you can begin to ground through your seat, hopefully to help you not fidget. And so from this place, let's chant the Om 3 times, followed by Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. So that intention to remind yourself not to ignore your pain, but to be peaceful with your pain. So allow yourself to explore your discomfort rather than escape it. So take a deep breath here. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Then gently release your hands. And when you're ready, opening your eyes. Let's take any extra clothing or more like socks to come straight onto your hands and feet. So start the practice shaking your body out so that you shake any energy. Get creative. Shake your lips. You might even get one hand off the floor and come up onto your knees and shake the body. Really get as much, and just notice if you find shaking quite hard. Yeah, because that usually is a sign that we tend to hold on too much. So just keep shaking. Don't forget to do your lips, your jaw, and then allow yourself to settle, big toes touching, and allowing yourself to rest. Buttocks to your heels. Bringing the awareness to the third eye. And this week is very much about planting seeds. So we have Earth Day on Wednesday, and we have the new moon on Thursday, which is very much about the best time to sow your seeds. So again, let's start by our intention. I surrender to the present moment. I can't go out, so I go within. Inhale, come up on all fours. Exhale, tucking toes and round. Inhale, open the chest, release the toes, and exhale, buttocks to your heels. Inhale, come up on all fours, tucking toes. Exhale, round, draw navel to spine. Inhale, elevate sternum, look beyond the front, release the legs, the toes, toes together, big toes together, and exhale, buttocks to your heels. Just a couple more. Inhale on all fours, exhale, tucking toes and round as you draw navel to spine. Inhale, elevate sternum, release feet, big toes touch, and exhale, buttocks to your heels. A couple more in your own time, trying to remember to do one cat-cow, and then on the second, go back And remember that in cat-cow to have your hands underneath your shoulders. Okay, so inhale, elevate sternum, tucking toes, exhale, round. Inhale, lift, and exhale, buttocks to your heels. And just pause there now, and let's come back onto all fours, coming onto fists. Let the palms face each other in those fists, and looking over one shoulder, looking over the other shoulder. Come back to center, tucking toes, exhale, round, and take your buttocks to your heels. Inhale, elevate sternum, exhale, look over one of your shoulders. Inhale, center, exhale, look over the other shoulder. Inhale, center, tucking toes, exhale, round. And one more time. Inhale on all fours. Exhale, look over one shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, over the other shoulder. Inhale, center, tuck in toes, round, and take buttocks to your heels. Then release your fingers. Extend the left leg away from you. Relax your jaw. And inhale, we're going to take the right arm and try to make a big circle. Really engage with that back leg. Make sure that the knee is not on the floor, Nicole. So it's a straight leg and you're extending into the heel. So Emily, try not to collapse, sweetheart. So come back from the all fours. Start from that all fours. Extend the left leg, and then it's the right arm that is really making. Try not to look out your left elbow. Yeah, that's it. Fantastic. Remember to change the direction now of the circle. Beautiful. Make sure that the left hand is underneath your shoulder. Yeah, very good. And then come back to center and exhale, buttocks to your heels. Inhale, come back up. Extend your right leg along the floor. And exhale, twist to the left, and then begin to create your circles. Make sure that your hand is directly underneath your shoulder, Emily. So that it's not putting so much pressure on the wrist. That's it, sweetheart. Fantastic. Keep going. Keep extending into the heel. Beautiful. Change the direction of the hand. Excellent. And then slowly, slowly come back to all fours. And one more time, exhale, buttocks to your heels. Inhale, bring your knees hip width apart and be on your hands and knees. Now, Lynn, I wouldn't do this. So perhaps just do extend a child for this one. But if you're okay and you have no shoulder issues, you're going to extend the arms further forward. And you're going to stretch. But remember, your hips are still above your hips. Yeah, your hips are above your knees and you're stretching forward. And this is actually called puppy. And it's one of the poses I hate the most because I just find it's just so extreme. So moving that chest towards the floor, breathing, relaxing, breathe in between your shoulder blades. And really, you often see puppies do this silly movement. It's very funny. And then slowly, I don't know how you get out of it gracefully because I've never been able to. Just come back. And again, let your buttocks come onto the floor, buttocks to your heels once more. Nice, steady, calm breathing. Relax your jaw. Excellent. Okay, so come back on all fours. And so some of you are going to find this difficult. Joanna, you're going to find this difficult. So maybe you can use, because of the space, it takes a lot of space. So you're going to need lots of space sideways. Yeah. So if you don't have space, I want you to do it with a bent knee. If you don't have space. Okay, because we're going to try and take the leg right across and make a circle. So if you haven't got space, you do it with a bent knee and you just move this way. Otherwise, if you have space, you're trying to take the leg across as far as it'll go, across. So it requires quite a lot of space, and I need you to keep looking at the foot. Keep looking at the foot when you're moving. That's it, Joanna. Very good. But take the leg right back as well. So, Joanna, take it back and look at your foot. Bring it forward. Look behind you. Look forward and behind you. Yeah, that's it. Very good. That's the option for those of you with no space. And Joanna, when it goes across, so let me show you from the front. So when you bring the leg there, bring it across and try to look at your foot. Try to look at your foot. Yeah? This is only if you haven't got space. Everybody else keep that straight leg. Very nice. Wonderful. Okay, so then here comes the little work on the inner thigh and the glutes. So you're going to lift the leg and make little circles. Make little circles. Relax your jaw. Make little circles. Very good. And you can always do this with a bent knee. And then change the direction of the circles. And then bring the leg back behind you. Bend the knee and grab with the opposite hand. That's it. And breathe. Relax your jaw. Keep breath flowing. Then inhale, stretch the arm and leg. And exhale, grab hold of the foot. Inhale, stretch away. Exhale, grab the foot. Inhale, stretch away. Exhale, grab the foot. And keep breathing. Very good. And then have a little rest. But this time we rest with hands, one fist on top of the other. Relax the shoulders. Come back to your breathing. I surrender to the present moment. I can't go out, so I go within. And this applies to when there's a lot of unsatisfaction, when you're not happy with what's going on, when you tend to find fault in whatever happens. And this is really that opportunity to look at what's really the problem. It's not the external that's the problem. It's usually inside of us. Okay, let's come back. And now we do the other side. So if you did your right leg, you have to do your left. If you did your left, you need to do your right. So extend the leg first. Remember, if you haven't got space, you can do this with a bent knee. Stretch the leg across the midline, and just keep going. If you can, you keep the leg straight, otherwise you keep the leg bent. Whatever you have space for, keep breathing. Relax your jaw. Keep the foot off. Okay, very good. That's it, fantastic. And then let's settle. Lift the leg and little circles, little circles, little circles. You should be finding, make sure you're engaging those abdominals, and then change the direction. Try to look forward now rather than around the corner. Yeah, so you're trying to keep the spine as straight as possible. Very good. And then now that we feel really silly, we come back to one fist and then the other fist on top. Going from the external world into the inner world. As you breathe out, I surrender to the present moment. I can't go out, so I go within. Excellent. Let's come back to kneeling if this is a possibility for you, and if it's not a possibility, then remember there's many options. Pillows, fold your pillows in half if they're big, or use blocks to sit on if you want, or sit on your heels, whatever is accessible to you, but make sure you take care of your knees. Okay, so the other thing that's really helpful for breaking energy when we're feeling sorry for ourselves or frustrated is Kapalabhati is a great tool because it changes the movement of the diaphragm. Yeah, so just make sure you know where your diaphragm is, and your diaphragm is where the low ribs, the bottom of your sternum, and then you have the floating ribs here. Yeah. Yeah, and that's where your diaphragm sits. It's right by your stomach, above your stomach. Yeah. And what you want to make sure is that it moves. So when you draw the navel in, you should be able to. So just what I'd like you to do is just stick out your tongue and hoo, 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 hoo. Or just do, and if you still can't feel it moving, you can do the sound of ha, 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 ha. But try to learn to move this. Yeah, and now we're going to do normal Kapalabhati. So we're going to first go so you're going to contract your navel. And then you're going to make little lips. And then rest. And now try to do it through your nose. Contract, contract, contract as you blow. So Emily, try to put the crown of the head over your tailbone. It looks like you're leaning slightly. So if that's not comfortable on the knees, sit up more. Okay, okay, very good. So now we're going to put our fingertips on there. And now we're going to do what you've just done. Make sure your sitting bones are grounded so that you can't twist the pelvis. This is really important. All you're going to twist is between you. So it's going to be try to keep those sitting bones nice and steady. If possible, don't let the knees move. Very good. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, come down the midline. Inhale, arms up, hands up. Exhale, down. One more. Inhale, arms up. And exhale all the way to the floor. And just breathe. Relax your jaw. Inhale, let's come up on all fours. So what we're going to do is, if you have no toe issues, you're going to tuck in your toes. And then you're going to use your hands to roll onto your heels. And then you're going to go up, come onto your knees, onto your heels, onto your knees, onto your heels. Try to take the knees wide. Yeah, that's it, Kara. Nice. And you're just going up on the toes each time and then dropping up on the toes, dropping, just to get those ankles and the feet warmed up. Very good. And the other thing that I find really helpful then is when I'm feeling really frustrated, I do chopping wood. Yeah, so let's chop wood. So have 2 blocks either side if you have blocks. If you haven't got blocks, if you can squat easily, you don't need them. But otherwise, you can use a pillow or 2 books. Books work really well. And you're just going to make sure, have a little bit more space. So, Kara, take the legs wider because it'll give you more freedom when you squat. So what we need to make sure is we're going to start with the knees bent and understand that now these thighs don't move. What moves is the upper body. We focus on imagining we have a chopper, and remember when we have a chopping hand or whatever they call choppers, it's really important to be focused, yeah? So gaze at your intention, which is your piece of wood, and you're going to inhale, lift the chopper up. Try not to move your legs, Abby. Don't move your legs. Don't move your legs. Don't straighten the legs. Just keep the legs constantly bent as you strike your hammer, your chopper. And really let the sound come from the diaphragm and from the belly. Very good. And then if you're okay with that, you turn the feet slightly out and you come into a squat. Make sure your knees, and we carry on chopping wood. Last one. And release. Come off your blocks. Bend those knees. Hold on to your elbows. Relax everything. Really relax everything. Relax that jaw. Okay. Straighten the legs a little bit more. And then slowly coming back up. So let's come to the front of your mat. Feet hip width apart or sitting bone apart, whatever you feel comfortable with. Shoulders away from your ears. So the full mudra is to middle finger and ring finger touch the thumbs, and then pinky and index finger touch. Yeah? And this is going to be our point, our tool for awareness, so that we don't switch off. So again, have the clear intent of being aware of the earth supporting your feet, the lengthening through the crown of the head, just like a beautiful tree. Tree has deep roots supported by the earth, and then the sky looks after its leaves by giving it light. As you inhale, keep the fingers touching as you stretch the arms up. Exhale, release the hands out to the side, fold forward into forward bend. Inhale, first one, let's just slide up mid-shin, back of the neck is long. Exhale, fold. Right leg back for runner's lunge, drop the knee to the ground. Left knee is above your left ankle. Left hand is going to be on that knee, and you're going to push index and thumb as you really stretch back. But try not to take your weight back, yeah, because you're trying to stretch the hip flexor. Breathe. Exhale, you're going to sit on your heels. Bring your hands back to your mudra. Inhale, you're going to go up. Exhale, draw navel to spine, and you do a prostration. Inhale, you go back up, and you do that. Exhale, and one last time. Inhale, up. And exhale, draw navel to spine. Then release your hands. Inhale on all fours. Tuck in your toes. And those of you with neck issues, please, please, please put your forehead on the floor. Otherwise, you're going to bend the elbows, put your chest on the floor, move your shoulders away, chin on the floor, buttocks in the air. Release the neck. Release the legs. Tops of the feet engage, shins engage, knees on the floor, quadriceps pull up. Inhale. Pubic bone moves into the ground, shoulders down. Exhale, back to the floor. Tuck in toes for downward dog. Right leg is going to come forward for runner's lunge. The knee drops, the left knee drops on the floor. Right hand on thigh, push away. Inhale, index and thumb. Exhale, forward bend. Relax your neck. Inhale, drop your sitting bones into Uttasana. Bring your hands into your mudra. And exhale, bring the hands to your thighs. Inhale, push up to straight legs. And exhale, hands come around the navel area. Inhale, stretch up. Release the hands, arms eyes so wide as you exhale. Either fingertips or mid-shin, whatever you feel ready for. Exhale, fold, left leg this time, goes back for runner's lunge. Yeah. Right hand on knee, knees above right ankle. Inhale, lengthen and breathe. Nice. Exhale, come to kneeling. Those of you that want to a little bit more abdominal work, you're going to stay on your heels, otherwise go up on your knees. Back to your mudra. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw navel to spine. And you do that 3 times. Relax your jaw. Stay on your knees. Nicole, stay on your knees, sweetheart. And let your buttocks be on your heels. Okay, go all the way to the floor. Inhale, come up on all fours, tuck in your toes. Exhale, chest and chin or forehead. Release the back of the neck, release the legs. Inhale, come into your cobra. Exhale, into downward dog. Left leg come forward. Left hand on knee. Right arm up. Breathe. Really push against that thigh. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, Uttasana with your hands in your mudra. Exhale, take the hands to the thighs. Inhale, push up to straight legs. And exhale, back. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, create, lengthen the spine. Exhale, right leg back for runner's lunge. Inhale, really stretch back. Exhale, sit on your heels. Mudras, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, hold. Twice more in your own time. Inhale, come up. One more. And then when you're ready, inhale, come up on all fours, tuck in your toes. Exhale, chest, chin, buttocks in the air. Release your neck completely, slide flat. Inhale into your cobras, shoulders relaxed, elbows bent. Exhale, downward dog. Right leg comes forward for runner's lunge. Inhale, left arm up, breathe. Exhale, forward bend, feet hip width apart, release your neck. Drop your knees, your sitting bones. Inhale, Uttasana. Exhale, hand, wrists to your thighs. Inhale, push up to straight legs. And exhale, left side. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left leg back. Right hand on thigh. Left arm up. Index and thumb. Inhale. Exhale. Sit on your heels 3 times with your mudra. Really paying attention to navel to spine as you fold forward. Breathing. Beautiful. And then stay down. Inhale, come up on all fours. Tuck in your toes. Exhale, chest, chin, forehead, shoulders away. Release your neck and your body. Inhale, come into your cobra. Keep the shoulders super soft. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg comes forward. Left hand on thigh, right hand up. Keep breathing, stretching that psoas. Lovely, looking good. Lift the sternum. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, Uttasana. Exhale, wrists on thighs. Put that weight on your heels. Inhale, push up to straight legs. And exhale. Gently release the hands. Come back to, I surrender to this present moment. I can't go out, so I go within. And really notice the breath coming in and the breath going out. Breath coming in and breath coming out. Okay. So let's gently take the right leg back. Turn the right foot just a little out, but still let the toes face slightly to the front of your mat. The left foot is facing the front of your mat. We're doing the left side first. So inhale, we're going to expand. So the chest is facing the long edge of your mat, okay? So inhale. And exhale, we're going to lean back and just bend that left arm and try to touch your right shoulder. And stretch a little bit more. Inhale, stretch that left arm up. And exhale, just put the hand somewhere on the shin. Roll your right hip slightly forward and then open the chest in the opposite direction. And now extend your right arm up and breathe. Really breathe. Very nice. Gently bring that right arm down. Lift the back heel so that the hands can now be on the floor. And now step into the dog. Inhale, coming to plank, shoulders away from the ears. Palakasana. Make sure you engage with those abdominals. And then lower yourself to the ground. Bend your right knee and reach back with your left hand. Index and thumb of your right hand go forward and inhale, lift everything you can off the floor. And exhale back to the ground. Stay there, stay there. I'm just sitting because it's difficult to talk Then bend your left knee this time. Reach back with your right hand. Stretch your left arm forward, index and thumb. And then when you're ready, everything off the floor. The enlightened souls, please lift your belly off the floor and float above the mat. If it doesn't happen, come back next week. And then gently relax and push back into your downward dog. Inhale. You're going to now take the right leg forward so that we can do triangle on this side. Heel to heel. And remember, your left foot is now almost facing the left-hand corner of your mat. Your chest is facing the long edge of the mat, but it's not quite square, okay? So inhale, turn that right palm up as you lean back, and then bend the elbow and try to reach for your left shoulder. And breathe and lean back. Inhale, straighten the right arm as you now put the hand on the shin. Let your left hip roll forward, but let the chest go in the opposite direction. And finally, extending your left arm up. Breathe. Really breathe. Notice if there's any time you're holding your breath. Beautiful. Look down, soften, and then turn the back foot in. And this time, instead of moving into dog, we move into uttanasana. So step the leg forward. We are in our forward bend. Hold the elbows. If the hamstrings are tight or you have lower back issues, please bend your knees. Relax your jaw. Very good. And then slowly release your hands, bring them onto your hips, soften the knees to come all the way up. Okay, so let's do back to our warriors, because we haven't done work on warriors for a little while. So we're going to take the left leg back. That's it, fantastic. So remember, you need to have the same distance between the feet as you did when you were standing at the front of your mat. Yeah? So lengthen, hips are facing forward, the heels are nowhere near each other, okay? Back foot turns in a little bit more if you can. So Nicole, turn that back foot in a little bit more if it's possible. So the toes are pointing towards that left-hand corner of your mat. Inhale, we're going to bend the front knee with our mudra. Exhale, we're going to release the hand and straighten the leg so we can go into this forward bend. Inhale, we're going to bend the knee, come back to our mudra. Keep the front knee bent. Exhale, straighten the leg as you fold over. So you're going from warrior one, so carry on, carry on. Bend the front knee when you come up. And when you fold forward, you're going into the wide leg forward bend, and if possible, the leg is straight. So you might have to shorten your stride. One more time. Very good. And then step back into your downward dog. Inhale, shift forward into plank. Exhale all the way to the ground. Bend both knees. Grab hold of both feet. And remember, if you can't grab the feet, it's actually harder work. So you can either use a belt and then try to lift everything off. That's it, lovely. Dhanurasana, bow pose. And remember, if you're an enlightened soul, you will be floating above your mat. And if you're like me, you'll just have to keep practicing at being enlightened. And then slowly come back down, back into your dog or your extended child, depending on your energy levels. Regulate the breath. And now we're going to step the left leg forward. Okay. So back foot now is facing, the toes are facing the right-hand corner of the front of the mat. So turn the back foot in more. That's it, Nicole. Lovely. Inhale, we're going to bend the front knee. Knee is above ankle. Hands in our mudra. Exhale, we'll release the hands out to the side. We might be able to straighten our leg forward, fold. Inhale, we're going to bend the knee and come back into Virabhadrasana 1. And exhale, you're going to fold forward as you continue, moving in and out, relaxing your jaw. Notice if you're wobbly and have that sense of humor, that sometimes life, you do feel wobbly. It's normal. And we need to create more and more stability through the practice. Very good. Excellent. Then hold the warrior. Feeling I surrender to the present moment. I can't go out, so I go within. And exhale, hands are going to go on the floor and step forward into the forward bend. Release the neck, shoulders away from the ears. Soften the knees. Inhale, arms out to the side as you come back up. And exhale back to our mudra. And just notice how you feel. Notice your breathing. Okay, so really important with balancing to find a point to focus on. And if you need to move near a wall, do, but otherwise learn to keep your gaze soft and at something that doesn't move. So please don't look at me because I can guarantee you'll fall over, because I often fall over. Okay, so from there, just find your gaze. Either sort of look along the floor where your skirting meets the wall. That's a really good gaze for the back of the neck, so that you get that nice length in the back of the head. If that doesn't suit you, then eye level. Yeah. And from this position, we're going to externally rotate the right leg. And notice straight away how you want to shift the weight onto the left hip, and don't let that happen. So engage with the quad and it's almost like you're trying to tuck in a little this left hip from not going out to the side. So from that position, you're going to bring your hands just for a moment on your hips, just to give you that balance. You're going to bring the leg somewhere on the inside of the leg, but not the inside of the knee. So really pay attention. Then once you've got your balance, you bring your hands into your mudra. You might stretch up And this is called the wind-blown tree. So once you've got your balance, you're going to lean towards the right. Lean towards the right. That looks so beautiful, Kara. Beautiful line there. Really lovely. So graceful. Nice, ladies. Notice the wobbling. That's really good for the ankle strengthening. So don't get caught up, oh, I can't stand you. Just really go back to being more loving towards yourself. I promise you, whether you're standing still or falling over, you're not going to reach enlightenment just yet. Possible, but not just yet. Okay, and then come back to the center. From that position, you're going to go up on your toes. Try to stay on your toes as you start to drop the sitting bones, but don't go all the way because it's too easy. Really work the leg muscles, and then inhale, come back up. Find your point of focus, your gaze. Externally rotate the left leg. Now remember to engage this right hip and this right thigh. And when you're ready, bring the leg on the inside of the right leg, but without putting it on the knee. When you've got your balance, you take your hands into your mudra. And as you exhale, whoopsie, you go over to the left. Keep breathing. Excellent. Beautiful. And then slowly come out. Inhale, go up on your toes. And then you're going to stay on your toes as you come all the way down. Then you try to take the knees wide and the heels on the floor. Obviously, if you have back issues, be mindful not to bounce, and then come into Dandasana. Widen the sitting bones, really widen the sitting bones. Just pause for a moment. Some of you might be better off to sit up on blocks or a pillow, especially if you tend to round in the lower back. Yeah? Okay. So a series of twists. So we're just going to bend the right knee and bring the heel close to the body. And then we're going to hug it with our right arm so that we can use this awareness of engaging with the perineal wall, drawing the navel back and getting the length in the spine. Taking the leg across the body. And we'll do it twice. The first time we're going to leave the leg this way. Lengthen up, reach diagonally behind you, but not behind you. So it's more diagonal. Try not to lean back, so keep up. Inhale, stretch your left arm up. And exhale, twist to the right. So take your left elbow to the outside of the knee, Siobhan. Yeah. Or this way, whatever you prefer. And keep breathing. Notice where the crown of the head is in relationship to the base of the spine, and put one over the other. Are you leaning back? Are you dropping your head? Beautiful. Slowly come back and do the arms so that you can go into an open twist, but then just lean forward as if you were trying to reach the floor. It might happen, it might not. And then come back. And now you're going to perhaps, this time you bend the straight leg or not. Yeah. And now again, you're going to twist to the right. And remember, you can take the left elbow to the outside. If your body doesn't allow that, then you can always use your left hand to hold the outside of the thigh so that you can open the chest, breathe, relax the jaw. Beautiful. Inhale, come back. Open, twist, and then go forward. Try not to worry too much about reaching the floor. It's more about that moving the spine forward. Then come back to Dandasana. Really widen the sitting bones. Bending the left knee this time. Pause there, get that awareness of engaging with that perineal wall and the lifting of the spine. Inhale, you're going to reach up with your right arm. Left hand goes diagonally behind you and exhale. Oh, sorry, forgot. Please put the leg across if you haven't already, because Raquel forgot. And then gently twist to make sure the toes are pointing forward, though, of the leg you've taken across. Yeah, that's really important. Or going in the same direction as your knee, really. That's what we really want. And breathe. Very good. Notice if there's any struggle and surrender to this present moment so you can learn to let go of the struggle. And inhale, coming out. Gently twist to the right. And exhale slowly towards the floor. Come back to center. Bend the straight leg if you want, or repeat with the straight leg again. Lengthen the spine. Left hand diagonally across. Inhale, right arm, and exhale, you're going to twist to the left. Just really focus on your breathing, on relaxing the shoulders. Notice if the crown of your head is over your tailbone, or you're leaning forward, or you're leaning back. Try to be right above the base of your spine. Beautiful. Inhale, come back. Twist to the right. And exhale, going towards the floor. Slowly coming out. Make sure you're going to lie on your back, feet hip width apart. So we're just going to do a little bit of pratikriya for the back, just to release the lower back. And please don't presume you know what's coming, because you know me, I often change things so that we stay aware and we don't become presumptuous or lose awareness. So feet hip width apart, inner thighs engaged, arms either side of the body. You're going to inhale, press into the feet as you elevate the spine and the arms. Arms go over your head, spine goes up, shoulders remain on the floor, obviously. Exhale, you're going to come down, but you're just going to grab the right knee to your chest and squeeze to you. Inhale, you're going to straighten the right leg up in the air and just take your left arm over your head. Exhale, you're going to take the right leg out to the right and your left arm, you slide it along the floor to shoulder level. Inhale, you're going to bring the right leg back to the midline and take your left arm over your head. Exhale, you bend the right knee and lower the left arm. Inhale, go back into bridge. Both arms go over your head. Exhale, left knee comes to chest. Inhale, right arm goes over your head as you straighten your left leg. Exhale, slide your right arm to shoulder level and your left leg out to the side. Inhale, slide your arm back over your head and your left leg to the midline. Exhale, bend the knee, lower the arm and lower the foot. Inhale, both arms over your head as you lift your spine off the floor. Exhale, both knees to your chest and head to knee. Inhale, head on the floor, legs straight up. Arms over your head. Exhale, slide the legs apart and take your arms out to shoulder level. Stay there and breathe. Inhale, legs together, arms slide over your head. And exhale, legs wide as you take the arms to shoulder level. And just keep going in your own time. As you inhale, you bring the legs together, arms over your head. Exhale, arms to shoulder level and legs wide. Last one. Beautiful. Excellent. And then hug the knees to your chest and gently do either exhale head to knee if your body needs it, or rock, whatever you feel is more appropriate for your back. Wonderful. Excellent. And then let's get ready for our savasana, for our relaxation. Make sure you're going to be warm and you've got everything you need with you. So get super comfortable. So get that body super straight. Remember that Shavasana is a posture. Check the midline from the crown of the head in between the legs. And from the midline, move the legs at least wide hip width apart from the midline equally. And the arms the same thing, except the hands remain in line with your thighs, so they're not going up. So really encourage yourself not to take your arms over your head during Shavasana, because that increases your heart rate, and what you're actually trying to do is bring everything back into equanimity. So as you settle here in the space, let's begin with a couple of nice, deep, smooth breaths. So as you inhale, tummy, diaphragm, chest and upper chest go up. Exhale, shoulders, upper chest, middle chest, diaphragm, and belly down. And just really working with nice, deep abdominal breaths. Beautiful. So a reminder and intention. Now we change the bhavana. I surrender to the present moment. I go within. I surrender to the present moment. I go within. And one more time mentally, reminding the mind that this is the practice of relaxation, and invite the mind to follow suit. So now, first of all, just become aware of your jaw. Notice the bottom row of teeth and top row of teeth, and let them be slightly apart so that you almost feel like the lips want to part, and let them. Notice how that releases the jaw near the ears, and relax that area even more. Allow the tongue now to rest to the bottom of the mouth. The roof of the mouth being spacious. And the beginning of the settling of the body. Your ears release even more. Find the entrance of your nostrils as you notice that breath comes in and breath comes out. Knowing that it has that intelligence to do this and to keep you safe. And now bring the awareness to your eyelids. Relax the eyelids a little bit more, and then allow yourself to go into your eye sockets. Bring the awareness to the space between your eyebrows, and now the whole of your forehead and temples. Find the top of your head and your brain and relax the brain. The back of your head and neck releases. And now find your right hand thumb. Find your right hand thumb. Nowhere else. Index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger. Back of the right hand. Palm release. Right wrist, forearms, elbow, upper arm, top of the right shoulder, armpit, right side of your chest, waist, right hip, right buttock, whole of the groin, whole of the thigh, knee and the back of the knee, shin and calf, ankle, heel, sole of the right foot, top of the foot. And now bring the mind to the right big toe and nowhere else. Let it be focused. Second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe. Be aware of the whole right leg, whole right arm, whole right side of the body. Shift the attention now to your left hand thumb and nowhere else. Index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, back of the hand, palm, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, top of the left shoulder, armpit, left side of your chest, waist, hip, buttock, whole of the left groin, whole of the left thigh, knees and the back of the knee, shin and calf, left ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot. And now focus on that left big toe, left big toe. Second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe. Be aware of the whole left leg, whole left arm, whole left side of the body, effortless and at ease. Be aware of the whole back body, from the back of your head to your heels. Be aware of the whole front body, from the tips of your toes to the top of your head. Be aware of the whole body at the same time. Now let your mind gently shift to the entrance of your nostrils, observing how the breath comes in and how the breath goes out. As you inhale, sense the mantra so coming in mentally. And as you exhale, hum. So on the inhale, so hum on the exhale. I am that. I am that which is intelligent, knowledge, all truth pervading. I am wholeness, peacefulness. I am that which shines. I am not my frustrations. I am not my angers. I am that which is divine. And again, I surrender to the present moment. I go within. I surrender to the present moment. I go within. And just shift your attention now just to the room you're in. And try to keep your eyes closed and the body still as you try to recollect the whole of that room. Where the furniture is, what color the room is, colors your furniture, and then begin to deepen your breath. Deepen the breath. Really deepen the breath. Start to gently enliven this body as you move your awareness down to the toes, as you gently wiggle the toes. Wiggle the ankles, your fingers, and your wrists. And then point your toes, make fists with your hands, and tighten all your muscles. And relax. Gently ease out your head slowly from side to side. Maybe bring the legs a little closer to each other, then have a stretch, maybe a yawn if your body feels like it. And then gently bending the knees slowly onto your chest. Holding onto the knees. Gently rocking. Beautiful. Then extend the right arm over your head as you roll over onto your right side. Linger there a little while longer just to make sure that your blood pressure adjusts. And then slowly coming up to sitting. Come back to your mudra. Reminder, middle finger, ring finger, and thumb are together. Then index and baby finger are touching. And the wrists are on your thighs. Be aware of the spine from the crown of the head to the tailbone. And then that observing of the breath and the mantra Soham. As you inhale, so, and as you exhale, hum. I am that. I am that which is intelligent, wisdom, that understands the wholeness. If the mind wanders, bring it back to the practice. Bringing the hands in Anjali Mudra. Namaste. Thank you. So feel free to stay as long as you want. Just a reminder to read